Hello, BBN. Good news for Kentucky basketball. Nate Ament may be closer, and so is Chris Sonak. Pope has been doing an excellent job. Let's get to the news. But first, subscribe to strengthen our channel. As we have seen with Mark Pope, Kentucky is making great strides in recruiting for the 2025 class. The most recent move was towards prospect Nate Ament, one of the most coveted names among young basketball talents. Ranked fourth nationally, Ament has been the target of fierce harassment from several major programs. But the Wildcats did not hesitate to put themselves in the center of this recruiting battle. Mark Pope, along with Cody Fuger, paid a visit to the prospect this Wednesday in an effort to gain the interest of the young athlete. Pope's pursuit in this process shows his determination to keep the Kentucky program at the top of college basketball. Ament is not only a standout player in his class. He is an athlete with long-term transformational potential, which makes him even more attractive to teams looking not only to win immediately, but also to build a different core for the future. The interest in Ament is not exclusive to the Wildcats, with heavyweight programs like Arkansas and Tennessee also in the running. In fact, John Calipari, who now coaches Arkansas, was present on recent visits, reinforcing the level of competition Pope faces. But we trust Pope's work. Ament's versatility is undeniable. Described by Adam Finkelstein, 247 sports director of scouting, as one of the most promising prospects in the country, Ament brings a rare combination of physical attributes and technical skills. He has the ideal size to dominate at the small forward position, combined with a body elasticity that allows him to be fluid in his movements and agile in transitioning between offense and defense. While his wingspan is considered modest for someone his height, that doesn't diminish his impact on the court, as his hands and refined touch give him a considerable advantage in plays around the rim. Kentucky's involvement in competitions for elite prospects like Ament is nothing new, but what makes this battle particularly interesting is the intensity of the other programs in the race. Arkansas, under Calipari, is clearly willing to fight hard to land the young talent, as are Tennessee, Louisville, and Texas, who are other strong contenders. Ament's unofficial visit history also reveals the breadth of interest. Texas, Virginia, Duke, Georgetown, and Virginia Tech have all made significant moves to lure the prospect, and his offers include heavyweights like Duke, UNC, and Kansas. For Pope, this is a golden opportunity to not only secure one of the top players in the 2025 class, but also to cement Kentucky's position as one of the most desirable destinations in college basketball. The Wildcats' efforts to bring in top talent like Ament show that the program is adapting to the modern recruiting landscape, being competitive at all levels and attracting the nation's top prospects. If the Wildcats are successful in landing Nate Ament, it could be a milestone for Pope and his staff, cementing the program as one of the top developers of elite talent. The process is far from over, but there's no denying that Kentucky is doing everything it can to ensure that this talented wing chooses the Wildcats as his final destination. Let's get moving. Now, let's talk about five-star power forward Chris Sonak. He is considered one of the top talents in his class, currently ranked 5th overall by On3. Kentucky's interest demonstrates not only the program's ambition to attract the best players, but also the excellent work of Mark Pope in building a competitive team in an increasingly competitive recruiting landscape. Kentucky's inclusion among Sonak's final 7 options represents a significant advance in the battle to recruit the young talent. In addition to the Wildcats, other major college basketball powers such as Arkansas, Auburn, Baylor, Houston, LSU, and Tennessee are vying for his attention. However, Sonak's recent official visit to Lexington appears to have further increased the player's interest in Kentucky, positioning the program as a top contender in the race. It's notable that this visit came at a crucial time, as Sonak is expected to make his final decision by the end of November, although he has left open the possibility of delaying that decision depending on how his recruiting process develops. Sonak isn't just looking for a program with a tradition or notoriety, but rather a team that will provide the right environment for his development. In his own words, he wants a place that will develop me to the fullest and help me get to the next level. His desire to play in an NBA-style system with wide courts and freedom of movement is an indication that he's not only looking ahead to his college career, but also how this time can pave the way for his professional basketball career. With that in mind, Mark Pope and his Kentucky staff have a great opportunity to provide just that type of system, one that is known for developing players for the NBA, something that has always been a strength of the Lexington program. In addition, the Wildcats already have a solid foundation for this 2025 class with the additions of Jasper Johnson, a five-star combo guard, and Malachi Moreno, an equally talented center. Sonak, with his size, versatile skills, and ability to play as a modern power forward, would be the perfect final piece to complete a trio that could transform Kentucky's future. The combination of Jasper Johnson, Malachi Moreno, and Chris Sonak would be a formidable front court, offering not only raw talent, but also a variety of skills that would allow Pope to build a dynamic and competitive team. While Houston and LSU have been cited as Sonak's top contenders, the Wildcats are clearly gaining ground. The visit to Lexington seemed to have a positive impact on the player, and now it's up to Pope and his coaching staff to keep that momentum going. The relationship between the player and the coaches, an aspect Sonak highlighted as key to his selection, seems to be developing well with Kentucky. Pope's ability to form strong bonds and build trust with his players has been one of his greatest assets, and that could prove decisive in Sonak's case. With Pope at the helm, Kentucky is going strong and bringing in some great recruits, and BBN is very happy with his work. Let's go with Pope. Reed Sheppard is generating a level of expectation that few players achieve this early in their career, especially with comparisons to one of the greatest legends of modern basketball, Stephen Curry. After a solid performance during the Las Vegas Summer League, where he demonstrated impressive ball control and a sharp shot, many experts, including NBA personality Tom Haberstroh, have begun to draw parallels between Sheppard and Curry. Haberstroh's statement that Sheppard is the closest to Stephen Curry we've ever seen sounds like both a blessing and a burden, raising expectations for the young player. Sheppard's career with the Kentucky Wildcats already gave indications that he was special, even if his time with the Kentucky Wildcats was not marked by absurd scoring statistics. The point guard has shown himself to be an efficient player, which is a rare attribute in an environment where volume of play is often overvalued. During his season with the Wildcats, Sheppard averaged 53.6% from deep, 52.1% from three, and an impressive 83.1% from free throw range. Those numbers alone demonstrate a level of skill few can match, and they're a clear reflection of what he can bring to the NBA, especially for a team like the Houston Rockets, who rely on his ability to space the floor and play efficiently in crunch time. Reed Sheppard's impact goes beyond conventional statistics. His playmaking, court vision, and defensive instincts make him a complete point guard, something that was evident in his SEC-high 2.5 steals per game. The Curry comparison may seem far-fetched to some, but the truth is that Sheppard has the fundamentals to follow a similar path. Curry revolutionized basketball globally, not only with his ability to hit impossible shots, but by transforming the concept of efficiency in a game that used to be dominated by physical strength and height. And it is precisely in this respect that Sheppard seems to be following a similar path. He is a player who combines technique, game intelligence, and precise aim, characteristics that could shape the future of the Rockets. Despite the accolades and expectations, the road to achieving Stephen Curry's status is long and challenging. Curry's legacy is not just about individual titles and awards, but about changing the dynamics of the game of basketball for an era where the three-point shot has become one of the most lethal weapons. For Sheppard, it will take more than just good initial performances. It will take consistency, evolution, and a mindset of constant adaptation. The level of competition in the NBA is impressive, and while his performance in the Summer League was a harbinger of what this guy can do, the real test will come during his first full season. However, with the right support from the Rockets and the raw talent he's already demonstrated, it's not unrealistic to expect big things from Reed Sheppard. His potential to become one of the best in the league is clear, and with the Curry comparisons, the pressure will always be there. But if he can turn that pressure into fuel for his growth, the Kentucky native could be the name to watch in the next decade of the NBA, and the entire Blue Nation is rooting for this guy. Game on! 3 Kentucky players now under Pope are being considered among ESPN's top 100 NBA draft prospects. Jonathan Givony, one of the NBA's top recruiting experts, highlighted Kobe Brea, Jackson Robinson, and Brandon Garrison as players who, under Pope's guidance, have a chance to shine both on the college scene and in the eyes of NBA scouts. Kobe Brea, a transfer from Dayton, was ranked number 69, making him the Wildcats' top prospect on this list. Known for his versatility and playmaking ability, Brea comes to Lexington with a wealth of experience and is poised to be a cornerstone of the team. His experience and on-court skills make him a crucial piece for Pope as he looks to elevate Kentucky in his first season. Jackson Robinson, who previously worked with Pope at BYU, was another key addition brought in by the new coach via the transfer portal. Robinson, listed at number 90, brings a combination of athleticism and skill that promises to add depth to the Wildcats lineup. His familiarity with Pope's style should ease his adjustment and ensure he excels in the season's biggest games, especially in the SEC's tight contests. Brandon Garrison, meanwhile, comes from Oklahoma State and is the youngest of the 3 highlighted by ESPN, ranking number 96. Garrison, with his rim-protecting ability and natural instincts on defense, has a bright future. He will be a key player for the Wildcats in the paint, especially when it comes to facing tough opponents in the conference. While he's the least experienced of the trio, his development will be something to watch as the season progresses. Mark Pope, who is now in charge, has demonstrated a remarkable ability to rebuild a roster in a short amount of time. Bringing in experienced players via the transfer portal, combined with developing younger talent, seems to be the right formula for Pope. He was able to use the prestige of the program and the strength of BBN to attract high-level athletes, even in a competitive scenario. In addition to the 3 standouts listed by ESPN, the team also has names like Lamont Butler, Otega Owa, and Amari Williams, who also have the potential to impress during the season. These players will have crucial opportunities in important SEC games, where they will be able to showcase their talent at a high level and further strengthen their chances of standing out on the NBA radar. The mix of experience and youth, combined with Pope's strategic knowledge, puts the Wildcats in an interesting position for next season, and we should keep an eye on them. Now I want to hear your thoughts. Comment. Your opinion is welcome.